Alright, welcome back everybody. Got another video today. Today is mounting the TV onto the wall day. I went ahead and actually got this wall plate installed. This was the last wall plate that had to go on. I terminated one of these coax RG6 cables and then my Cat6 cable, and then I put on the new faceplate. This is the kit that I got. I got it off of Amazon. It had good ratings, but I have no idea exactly how good it's going to be. But I'll install it and I'll put a link in the description as to what it is. This is the kit. Comes with the rails that you mount the TV on. It's just a tilting. It doesn't pull away from the wall, but it comes with all this hardware to mount the kit. These are the lag bolts that go into the wood. And this is the frame that goes into the wall. Comes with a set of instructions, which I will walk through, and also a small level. Anyway, let's get started on it and see how it works out. Alright, so first things first. Following a set of instructions is to mount the brackets to the TV. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab these brackets, take them out of this. These straps like this, face to the bottom, so they'll get mounted on here, like so. Alright, so now we need spacers, which are in this kit. Spacers and washers. So this mount sticks up farther than this mount, so I'm going to assume I'm going to need a thicker spacer for up here. Something like this. So that's the right size spacer. Now we need to find the right size of this. Alright, let me show you what I'm doing here. I've laid out my tape measure. I've laid out my tape measure that goes the width of this wall. And then I took a measurement of the total width of the wall, which is 12 feet 8 inches. Then what I did was I put out my laser level over here on the floor and then pointed it directly at the middle, which is 6 feet 4, 76 inches. And then that shoots a laser straight up the wall as to where the middle of my actual wall will be up there at the top. What's convenient for me is that it's just off center of the electrical outlet ground. So I know where it is. I won't have to really mark the wall, but it's basically right to the right edge of that. So that tells me that's the dead center middle part of my wall. I know there's a stud right here because this box is attached to that stud, and the way that this plate mounts is that it's got 16-inch on center holes. So this is going to actually get mounted just below that TV, or just below this electrical outlet box, because of the way that that TV has holes attached to the bottom. It will actually hold the TV up above this, so I'm going to mount this just below it. Now, part of the issue that I'm going to have is this asks to do 16 inches on center, and this thing is only 16 inches wide. So if I mount it here, then it'll be off center to the side. So what I have to do is I have to actually measure it on the TV to make sure that it's going to line up properly. Although it won't really matter that much because this TV is actually really light. So I could, if I have a problem, I could just mount it with 2 holes in the top and bottom into one stud, and it's plenty strong enough. But what I'd really like to do is be able to mount it across 4 holes in 2 different studs. So I'm going to do some measurements and we're going to see if that's going to work. Alright, so this kit comes with a bunch of different types of spacers, large spacers, thin spacers, and a couple of washers. And what that does is it gives you the ability to kind of mix and match to get the right depth to make this mount properly onto the TV. We're gonna have to see how this goes, but the way that this thing slides up and down is basically puts this right at the bottom of the TV. Should be all right, still should be hidden, but I don't really like the way that it's set up. But anyway, for this model TV, I need 2 washers, 1 thin spacer, and then 1 thick spacer. The thick spacer goes in between the bottom. The 2 washers, the thin spacer go onto this bolt, then down into here, into this channel. All right, there you go. Got the I got the washer and the spacers, or there's 2 spacers and the washer pushed down through here, and I can get this mounted. Put the other spacer on the back side of this. You can finger tighten it. And then on the bottom down here, because this part sticks up a little bit, it just needs 2 bolts, doesn't need any spacers. So now the bracket is mounted. So now we just need to mount the bracket onto the wall. So that's fine. So the way that this is going to line up, I'll be able to settle that. So the way that this is going to line up, I'll be able to settle that over on the side of the wall, and this bracket will still be hidden behind the TV. So let's go ahead and put this into the wall, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so for the next part here, you're going to find the studs. You'll need a stud finder. Dad jokes. All right, so you find your studs. Right, so I knew that one was there. So the next one should be right over here next to it. Okay, so there's one there, and there. All right, so I've got that marked. In here. So I need to put bolts here, and here, and here, and just level it out. So the kit comes with this piece of cardboard template, so you can actually just put this template up on the wall, and then drill your holes and put this in, and level it before you have to put the bracket up. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, now you can see how we got it set. This hole and this hole will be in this stud, and then this hole and this hole will be in this stud. I'll go ahead and drill small pilot holes, and then I'll put those lag bolts in. We'll bolt that bracket to the wall, and we'll get that TV mounted. So the instructions call for drilling a pilot hole that is 4 millimeters or 5/30 seconds. I'm going to put those holes into the wood. Just match the depth of your drill bit to the lag bolt. Alright, so now you can see there's a little bit of micro adjustment left. If you leave all four loose, check your last bit of level, make any slight micro adjustments that you might need to do just before you're done, and then bolt the last piece of it down. Then you can put the TV up. And there you go, nice and level. And I think you'd have to tear the house down before that thing came off the wall. So that's awesome. And that's it, you hear the click. TV mounted. So there you go, TV mounted on the wall. Now, I just got to put all the electronics behind it and plug it in, turn it on. All right, there you have it. TV's installed, works great. One thing that I didn't like that I'll point out about this TV mount, Liverpool's playing. But under here, these little catches, the little strings that you have to pull to release the catch, there was no real way to hang those up out of the way. So what I ended up doing was grabbing a piece of painter's tape and then taping it up behind the TV. That's not really ideal, but it did the job. Overall, I'd say that TV mount was pretty good. It was inexpensive. I'll put a link in the description for the TV wall mount that I actually used. I am not an Amazon affiliate, and so I don't make any commissions off any of this stuff. So if I'm recommending things to you, it's because I actually use it and like it. I would recommend this. It worked out really well. It only took maybe half an hour to install the whole thing. So now we've got a usable space in the gym. It's time to get the gym equipment. I'm going to be purchasing a power rack that I'm going to put in the corner over here. And then right behind me here on the wall, there's going to be some mirrors. So I'll get that mounted next. Getting closer. Anyway, thanks for following along. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.